Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and I'm here to talk about some stuff that is global related. So yeah, let's talk about the global news this week, and kind of a quieter week it feels like. Obviously with the slew of limited time units, I think that some people on global are feeling a little worn out, and obviously, finishing the trial event on Final Fantasy IV and starting into a raid is probably a little bit exhausting because you got to admit they really do try and keep you busy in this game. Though it is with repetition. Let's focus, Umbra. Try and focus. All right, so yeah, for anybody who is wondering, I recently have talked about Christmas Victoria and Christmas Venera on the JP side, and some people have been wondering my opinions of whether or not Global can expect to see these units. Yeah, I really do think so. Christmas units at this point are going to be in a really awkward position later, probably. Unless, like, mid-year, they're going to give a opportunity to potentially get their EX jobs, which could happen because, like, some people have said, hey, Umber, do you expect EX jobs to start earlier on global? No. I'm answering just a whole bunch of questions. This is an AMA video now. The reason I don't expect EX jobs to appear in global at all early is because JP hasn't finished them. So the last units to get an EX job won't be the first units on global kind of thing. Like, there's just too much lag time and the EXs are being kind of slowly done, which is interesting. And again, expect very soon my video talking about EX jobs because I really want to get some annoyances about that system. But anyway, yeah, I don't expect the EX system to come early, but I do expect the new Christmas units to come because they are in a very interesting place. Much as the same as the Halloween units that came to global. The Halloween units on the JP side were a pretty big boost for globalers. So, in terms of like power level, you can make a really good argument that the Halloween units were great investments at the time. And the Christmas units would be more much the same because they would once again be stronger. Like, I literally think that Christmas Venera would shut down a lot of mage-only teams on global. And I do think that Christmas Victoria will potentially be really good against physical compositions. This is pre-actually seeing Christmas Victoria's kit, so don't get mad at me if that turns out to be not true. Anyway, all of that said, I do expect them to come to global because after, in about a week's time, they kind of infinitely lose their value. So moneymaker wise, put them out and get the money off of them and just deal with the after effects later. I do think that they could be in an awkward position, not necessarily getting their EX jobs for a while. But with that being said, Global could just add them whenever and just make you guys pay for the shards once EX system's in there. So I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility. And people should be expecting both of those units on global, is my guess. But if not, and I'm wrong, well, then you just saved up some pulling resources. So there you go. Thank me later. All right, but taking a look at the stuff coming to global this week, 2 new vision cards. First of all, the Lucia card, which overall, if you like Lucia, this card's a slam dunk. It's party-wise a missile attack up, AP acquisition up. It's fine. I mean, it definitely boosts Lucia. If you're a big Lucia fan, again, this will be an easy get for you. If you're not, I mean, just developing a UR card to the point where it outdoes probably your lower MR tier missile up attack, probably just a little too much of an investment. I think that this vision card is a fine card for sure, but I unless you're a Lucia mainer, I think that this is a pass. Also because globalers have spent too much lately. Alright, moving on. Alright, so continuing is the Fated Clash. which has dark attack up and charm resistance up. This vision card is fine. Again, I think that charm is probably the really valuable thing here. I don't think it's incredibly exciting, and I don't think it's something you need to pull for. You'll eventually get a copy of this, and maxing out an MR card is not the most difficult task, especially with more free pulls coming up for Global's 1-year anniversary. So yeah, I'm just going to say that this is a meh moment. Probably a pretty good sleeping week for the most part. You guys do have some logins, and again, interestingly, there's Victoria on the login bonus. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing. But what is the thing that is going to keep Globalers awake is this raid, the two-headed dragon raid, which, if you have Kane, this should be an incredibly easy raid, if I remember correctly. While he was weak to Slash in the trial event, he is weak to Spears here, as it is closing out the Final Fantasy IV event. There's also the Flam Princess, so let me just scroll down. Yeah, weak to Pierce. Should be noted that for people who have Bling Stern, that dark Slash composition it does work here. I remember people using it on the JP side and saying that it worked just fine. So if you're really interested in alternate methods against the dragon, Slash works here. Dark Slash has a good chance of doing really well here, so don't worry too much about it. Other than that, the Flam Princess is a wind weak to missile attacks. So choose your gunner, just go nuts. There is no... Obviously, Ice Projectile is the best here, so Rosa is the best, but I don't remember this Flam being particularly difficult, and I remember Laswell doing good against this rare raid, so there are other options for it. I actually just clicked off. I'm trying to remember what the heck is the heckin' item you get on this. Soul of Thamasa. Okay. So the soul item is a big recommendation for me for anybody who likes mages. It's just a really powerful mage boosting item. I think I have like 3 of them that were all +4 maybe. It was one of the raids that I definitely tried harder on, and for good reason. I do think that this is an excellent piece of equipment to build, and is probably one that you shouldn't sleep on because it's good on, of course, damage dealing mages such as Medina or Ildira, or a lot of damage dealers, but it's also just really good on healers too. It has its uses for sure, so I would recommend making at least a +4 of Soul of Thamasa, and I would recommend even maybe going 2 +4s or splitting them up, because while +5 is nice, having multiple copies of this piece of equipment is particularly good. And if you want to farm 2 +5s, go for it. Not going to stop you. So yeah, that's basically it for Global. I don't think this seems to be a lighter week in terms of what you may need to spend on resources, but in terms of the raid, it's probably a little bit heavy of a raid, and given the fact that it's kind of around Christmas time, I'm less interested in it because it's just pretty heavy. But hey, I guess you could always macro the shit out of this, so there you go. And I do think that this is perfectly soloable for higher, longer term players, especially players with Kane. I think that you can do that. So yeah, that's definitely it for the Global. I think the Globalers should expect those 2 new Christmas units the following week, but we'll take a look then. And if you're wondering, the JP side, usually New Year's is quite a bigger deal than Christmas, so JP could get a New Year's unit, and Global could also be expecting a New Year's unit as well if they want to do the cross thing again. I kind of feel like they should just put the 2 versions together at this point, but whatever. Not gonna get into that right now. So anyway, yeah, that's all for now. New microphone coming in the future, and that's all. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.